as promised, today we're talking about the Grammys. It happened last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
I kind of wish I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was a whirlwind. Mainly just a disappointment.
I had never been so highly anticipating for something for it to just be so utterly disappointing.
It did start off good. However, it plummeted as time went on.
Literally 2 of the artists I wanted to win anything won something.
I'm trying to think. Chappell Roan did win. The new artist won, which was the only prediction I think that we got right.
This is Best New Artist. My prediction is either Sabrina or Chappell.
Yeah, those, I guess, prediction and also preference is one of those two, just because of what we've literally been talking about the past 5 minutes. I feel like one of them deserve it.
I think Chappell deserves it the most because Chappell is actually more
she's the most of a new artist, yeah.
Compared to Sabrina, because Sabrina has been making music since she was on Disney, but this is the first year that she really took off.
Right.
I think I predicted Not Like Us for Song of the Year.
Next one is Category 3, Song of the Year. Predictions.
I thought Espresso was on this one, so I was going to go with that, but now that it's Please, 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 I don't think it's going to be that one.
I liked Please, 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 Please.
I think it's going to be Good Luck, Babe.
Please.
Honestly, a lot of music, streaming places ranked Good Luck, Babe as number 1. I think it might be Good Luck, Babe or Birds of a Feather.
That's what I was going to say. I think that it should be Good Luck, Babe, because...
I agree.
Just, like we were just talking about how specifically Chappell Roan has done so good this past year. She honestly deserves it. Is Good Luck Babe my favorite song of hers? No. But if it sums up her...
Go Pink Pony Club. That's not her favorite, that's mine.
No, it's not my favorite. But I just think that she deserves it. But I know that Birds of a Feather is also really good.
Because I said if it was Espresso on there, I would think it would be Espresso, but I think I went with Not Like Us because it was Please, Please, Please instead.
I think that whenever I'm editing this, I'll put the clips of our predictions before, and then we'll say what it actually was now, so you can kind of see where we were at, how far off we were. Very well. I'm pretty sure that I did say that for Album of the Year, I would not be surprised if Beyonce won.
I think I said the same thing.
Is Album of the Year, which this is the one that...
This is my favorite category to talk about.
Yes. Predictions.
The Tortured Poets Department or Cowboy Carter. That's the only ones I think are actually contenders, unfortunately.
I also think it's one of those two. I would not be surprised if it's Cowboy Carter.
I'd be pissed if it's Cowboy Carter.
I don't think that Taylor Swift should get it at all. I don't think that the Tortured Poets Department meets
Album
it.
of the Year.
No,
correct.
I don't think so.
The streets, as I call them, TikTok says that they think they're whispering about Tortured Poets Department. Billboard thinks it's gonna be Cowboy Carter. My personal preference for Album of the Year, this is the only one I think actually meets Album of the Year criteria. Chappell Roan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess.
Yeah, I would prefer it to be either Chappell or Billie Eilish.
Sure.
I think I would be content with anyone but Taylor Swift, if I'm being completely honest.
I would not be content with Cowboy Carter.
I
think Cowboy Carter was so bad.
Yeah, she won.
I think I actually was pretty wholeheartedly Beyonce is gonna win, if I remember correctly. I said that I was fairly confident that either Cowboy Carter or Tortured Poets, but I was leaning towards Cowboy Carter.
So Beyonce also won country album, right? Country album?
Best country, yeah.
Best country. Okay, so those were the fun ones. This one's a little random. It's the best country solo performance. I love Casey Musgraves. I want her to win because I love her.
I think Beyonce or Jelly Roll is gonna get it, but I
probably.
I don't really listen to Casey Musgraves, but I do like I like her song "Follow Your Arrow." It's pretty old, but for her, but so I wouldn't mind if she won. A Bar song might win too, because I'm pretty sure that one's, from what I know, it's pretty popular. I wouldn't mind if Chris Stapleton won either, just because I know that he is friends with Taylor Swift. They worked on I Bet You Think About Me together.
Yeah, All that to say, I don't think she's gonna win.
I don't think she's gonna win.
But I
either.
want her to
She's
win.
too new. And Taylor presented it, which was a slay.
She did. Her outfit was so cute. I liked it a lot. It was sparkly.
I was ready to learn how to fight over it.
It was sparkly and red, and she had like a little chain on her thigh that had a little T on it. It was so cute.
People are debating if that actually meant Travis or not, though. Like, a lot of people were saying that it actually meant Taylor, but Taylor designed it herself. So I definitely think it's for Travis. Because Taylor specifically asked for that to be put on her dress.
But it could be just a play on words. It could be about
both.
her, but they share the letter T together. So
usually when she's talking about both of them, though, she does TNT, like TNT.
All of Sabrina Carpenter's outfits were very nice. Only 2 of Chapel's were even like a little bit satisfying. Whenever she went and accepted her award, she was so nervous. She was like a little mouse. She was all like,
with her little journal, like she did at the VMAs.
Yeah, she needed to read it, get it out, get her message out there, which was about healthcare. And
the labels putting more like focus on helping their artists, because artists don't get like healthcare or any sort of compensation when they're not actively working. Like, Taylor Swift's not on tour right now. Unless she pays for it, she doesn't get any sort of healthcare from her label. Like, Taylor's been with, I think she's with Republic Records, and she's been with them since 2019, and then before that she was with Big Machine since she started. Chapel randomly actually got dropped from her old label, and that's why she was unemployed and had the healthcare struggle that she had, and then she got picked up by, I believe, Island Records, which is the same as Sabrina's.
Yeah, she did tell her own little personal brief story. Yeah, it was sweet. She was very like passionate about it. You could tell that she really just wanted to put a message out there. I hope that next time though, whenever she does win an award, that for her, I could see her always having like a message. So I hope that she just takes it for herself.
Yeah, because last time when she got the VMA for Best New Artist, she didn't like necessarily have like a political type of speech, but she did accredit her successes to the gay and trans and queer people before her. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, girl, I know that you're inspired by them, and I know that they paved the way for you, but you also have to take the credit for yourself, because you are really talented and you did write all that music.
Yeah, she's obviously done like a lot this past year, like a lot of hard work. She hasn't, she's done not as much as some other people, but she's done a lot for her own brand, her own career. So I hope that next time, because she will win another award, it's bound to happen, she just kind of is like, yeah, I did this, I'm proud of myself. But her outfit though was so it was really unfortunate. Like, her red carpet outfit was actually pretty cute. It's like, if you just kind of like look at it, like if you glance at it, you're like, whoa, what the heck are you wearing? Just like Heaven did.
If you know what Fraggle Rock is, to me, she kind of looked like a Fraggle.
Yeah, her little hat thing was my least favorite part about that outfit, but her dress was like this kind of weird like yellow and other color, but the print that was on it was of an old painting of like ballerinas like in a dance class. I really like that painting, but I forget who it's by and when it was made, but as soon as I recognized it, I was like, oh, I like that dress. And then there's also another, like, okay, first of all, how the heck are these people just changing? They have like 3 different outfits within the span of like, what, 3 hours?
Yeah. And
how many bathrooms, how many changing rooms are in that place for all these people to be changing all the time?
And also, if you're performing, you change more.
Yeah.
And Chapel performed as well.
Yeah.
Which I liked her performance outfit a lot, and I really love. It's what she typically wears when she performs. It's like the nicer, like sparkly bodysuits, and she had like a nice brown color cowgirl hat on, and like some cowgirl boots. Okay. But she performed Pink Pony Club, which I was very excited about, because I assumed she was gonna perform Good Luck Babe, since that was the one that was up for so many awards. But I was really excited to see that she performed Pink Pony Club, because that's my favorite of hers.
She was wearing another outfit where she was just sitting down. Like, I didn't see any other photos of her, like, on the red carpet. She didn't wear it whenever she was performing. She didn't wear it whenever she was accepting the thing. It was just something that she just sat down in, and I liked it a lot. It looked like an Alice in Wonderland type themed
It was
blue
like
outfit.
when she first got in there, and then she was wearing it while she was sitting for a little while, and then she went up and accepted her award, and then all of a sudden it's just gone.
She was
She
was
started
wearing the
wearing
yellow
it.
dress. She was wearing the yellow dress on the red carpet.
Yeah, and then she
changed into the blue one. And then she changed
again
into
the dunce outfit.
into the award outfit. And then she changed to her performance outfit and then back to the award outfit.
I believe so.
The award outfit looked like a clump of fabric with a big bow.
And then she wore like a... It's supposed to be like a princess hat,
like
but it reminded me of like a dunce cap when they would like punish little kids for being stupid.
It's like a cone head hat, like, you know what I'm talking about. However, like, I think that it would have been like a fun idea. I did like the idea, the concept of it. The color matching is where I was having a hard time with it. Like the cap itself was like more on the warm tone side with like a weird squiggly on the top, and it was like, did you make this yourself? It's kind of given the vibe that she made it herself, and then some sort of fashion designer made the dress. It just felt like a weird combination color-wise. If she matched it color-wise and it didn't look homemade, I think it would have been really cute. Kind of missed the mark on me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not really super hyper aware of the outfits personally. Like, I'm usually more into the actual awards, where she watches the Grammys mainly for the outfits.
It's not, I mean,
you
I watch
hyper
it just
focus
to, like,
on the outfits
yeah,
when you're done. Like, when you're done watching, you're like these outfits I liked, these outfits I didn't like. Whereas I'm like, that award freaking sucked. Like, why did they give that person this award when that album or song or whatever is right there?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just my mother's daughter. I've been trained to pay attention to the outfits, and I will say it's the most satisfying part. Like, I'm upset, you know, while I'm watching the awards, but then I'm more upset about the color choices that they decided to wear. So I guess I'm just at peace. I'm more at peace because I'm not as mad about it. Well, I'm over here just looking at, scrolling through the outfits, and Heaven's laying in bed just like on Twitter.
You should see my Twitter. I've never, ever in my life have argued on Twitter about anything, but this Grammys brought out the demons in me. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm so mad about them.
We'll get to the Beyonce thing later. We're gonna build
up to that, because that's like the most intense part of it, I feel like, for me personally. So we'll get to that later.
Yeah, Sabrina. She also won an award. Apparently, she won 3 Grammys.
Yeah, and that's her first Grammy.
That's her first Grammy occurrence, which was very exciting and very well deserved. She was super cute, super excited. All of her outfits were very cute. She kept with this like blue theme up until the end, where she wore like a skin tight gold sparkly dress with a matching gold flask.
I loved her flask.
But she started off on the red carpet with a skin tight long silk baby, you know, her classic baby blue with like feathers around the butt. And then she changed, I can't remember, did she change into the gold next in between? But she had her performance. She was one of the first performers, and all of her outfits on stage were so cute. They were her typical sparkly, skin tight bodysuits, very cutesy. She had a couple of different reveals, tearing clothes off type vibe. Her performance was really fun too. She kind of did like a little comedy act low key on top of her what's it called? Mesh up. Sounds like
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Like a mesh up of the 2 songs.
Mashup?
Mashup.
I thought you were talking about clothes. I wasn't even listening. I was trying to figure out what the other Grammy Sabrina won was. Mashup.
Oh my god. What is wrong with me? Mashup.
So all of a sudden we're not doing this anymore.
A mashup of Please, 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 and I think it was just Please, Please, Please and Espresso.
Usually she does, when she performs for like award shows, I feel like she usually does a mashup of the 3, but she only did a mashup of the 2 this time.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Because at the VMAs, she did a mashup of the 3 and made out with an alien during Taste.
Can you not just look up
I did and it didn't work. I brought up this instead. It's saying that she only won 2. I think we're wrong. I think it's only 2.
Oh.
She won Best Pop Solo Performance and Best Pop Vocal Album. I know that. Oh, it's only 2.
It's only 2. Okay. So we're just an idiot.
So yeah, so she won Best Pop Solo Performance and Best Pop Vocal Album.
Right.
Deserved.
Very well deserved. She's
and she
so
got it for
cute.
Espresso for Best Pop Solo Performance. So Espresso is the song that I feel deserved the award. So I don't know why she nominated that Please 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 for Song of the Year instead of Espresso, but that's just me.
Olivia Rodrigo did not win her
for Can't Catch Me Now.
It was so unfortunate.
And the guy who won against freaking Happier Than Ever, Sour, Planet Her, and a bunch of like really good albums and then his one, who I've still to this day, I only know who he is because he won that Grammy. He won over Olivia. So his name is John Batiste. I don't know who he is if you do, but
I recognize the name, but it's probably just because I heard you talk about him because of this situations. But yeah, that was stolen from her. But she was there. She did announce one of the awards. Right? Yeah, she did. Her outfit, she only had one outfit. It was a pretty black dress.
And boobs were devouring.
It looked so good on her. It was so like elegant and mature looking. And she went with her boyfriend. They were very cute. She was just vibing, honestly. She was vibing. Beyonce didn't show up till she was late.
Like freaking always.
Yeah, I feel like the very few times that I've watched the Grammys, this is the 3rd Grammys that I've watched. At least 2 times.
I'm confident she was late every single time we've watched the Grammys together.
I know for a fact it was at least this time and another time. I can't remember.
It was this time and
time.
last time.
Was it?
Yeah, because they actually said something about her being late. They were like, she must be stuck in that LA traffic.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm remembering. Off
topic of the awards, Trevor Noah had me so dead. His like hosting was so funny. The jokes that he was cracking, I was like, that's crazy. Like, can you even be saying that on TV right now?
Yeah,
like, you're gonna
honestly.
get shot.
Truly, he's gonna get like, I don't know. He has an accent, maybe deported. He did joke about that. Yeah, he joked about it, so I'm not. He did it first. It was like one of the first things that he said. I probably won't be here. And then
he said, "This is one of the last things I'll be hosting in this country."
Yeah, and there was like a white guy that came up. It was like, yeah, like they kind of like made a little thing about it.
Oh yeah, they like made it seem like he got deported
taken away.
or like, taken away or something.
It was funny. But yeah, he was pretty great. There was some other like, there was the, what's it called? The remembrance portion where they
Liam, no.
Liam, they did a little video about Liam. There was a whole section designated to this one man whom I'm forgetting his name. Quincy Jones. I never heard his name before this, but apparently he was very like integrated.
I know he produced for Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he was very integrated in a lot of artists' work. He was like a producer or something like that. Producer, songwriter, things like that.
And he also produced Fresh Prince of Bel-Air apparently because Will Smith knew him and Will Smith gave like a little tribute speech to him.
Yeah. What's her name? The girl from Wicked?
Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia Erivo sang "Fly Me to the Moon." It was so pretty. It was such a great
she's really
rendition of it. They had like a little mesh up, like that Lainey something, the country singer that everyone thinks should have won the country album award, but anyway.
Except you.
Except me? No, I don't. I mean, no, I love Casey Musgraves, but I don't think she was gonna win. I think
you think she should have won though. Like you think
that
she deserved to win.
I mean, I would like to say that because she's the only one I listened to out of all of them, but that doesn't mean that I am confident that I think that she should have won that because I mean, I really like her music. However, I know her music it's like kind of like on the cusp.
Though, did really well. Like
it did do well.
It was like a very popular album. Like even like I've heard some of what you played for me, but I also heard stuff of it on TikTok too. Like a lot of people liked that album.
Yeah. Her like lyricism, is that how you say it? Is a little strange. And I feel like it's more on the cusp of country. You think of country, you think of I'm drinking beers and I'm driving a truck and
And
I like
I
to
like
break
titties.
windows. Yeah. Which that Lainey girl, who I have never heard of her before last night, she sounds like a country artist. And she did perform a little bit right after Cynthia Rivos. I think that's how you say her name, right? And she sounded pretty good. There was little things like how Taylor Swift danced to almost every single song that was
Like
being
she
played.
always does.
Yeah.
She always does. It's so sweet. She's always standing, dancing, singing, clapping. Like she is that girl. Like she is so supportive. She's a girl's girl.
She's a girl's girl.
She was dancing. Have you seen the video of her doing the freaking stanky leg to Not Like Us?
No.
So
I don't know if I want to see that.
it's so funny. So there's a video of her towards the end, and they play Not Like Us as Kendrick's winning an award, and Taylor literally is getting down and dirty doing the stanky leg.
Yeah.
Because towards the end, she's really drunk.
Yeah.
Because she gets so drunk and just has like the best time she can have, and I love that for her.
Yeah. She sat at a table with Jack Antonoff, Margaret Qualley, some other old guy, and then she ended up sharing her seat with Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah, Cynthia couldn't find where she was supposed to be sitting, so she went and Taylor called her over, and they shared their chair, or the chair, the entire night.
Mm-hmm.
And Taylor gave her like a big old hug and was being so sweet.
And they
held space.
Literally, because what's his name? The host guy was doing a little bit in front of them, and in the back you see Cynthia go like, take my finger. And so Taylor Swift just holds her fingernail. It's so funny. I wasn't sure if anyone else was gonna catch that, but I noticed it, and the next thing you know, it's on freaking TikTok.
And it was on Twitter. It was on my Twitter too.
Yeah. That was really funny. Shakira, did she perform?
She performed and she ate it up.
Yeah, she did.
And Taylor Swift was dancing to her performance with Alicia Keys' son, and that was really cute too.
Mm-hmm. Alicia Keys got that award. What is it called? It was like the Black Record.
Is it the Dr. Dre award?
I don't remember it being called that.
I think it might be the Dr. Dre one, but I'm not sure.
It was like to recognize an artist that, you know, has done really well and has made a really big impact over the years or whatever. What's her name? Presented it. What's her name?
Oh, is it Queen Latifah?
Queen Latifah. Yes, I was like, it's like an unusual name. She's in freaking, isn't she in Chicago? I think she is. And she freaking is really good. She did that. She had like a little, her and Shakira, whenever they kind of went up and did their own speeches apart from each other, kind of talked a bit about deporting.
Oh, about the deportation of the immigrants and stuff.
Yeah, because, you know, they're both Hispanic, and that's what Trump hates, is Hispanic people. So they were having some encouraging words and saying that, you know, they're standing for their peers or whatever. So that was sweet. This Grammys was definitely a little bit political because of what's happening right now. So usually I get kind of like annoyed at that type of stuff, but I thought it was pretty warranted this time around. And also throughout the entirety. Oh
my gosh, are you going to bring up what I think you're going to bring up?
I don't know. The entirety of the thing, they were asking for donations.
Oh, no, that's not what I thought you were going to bring up.
I think there's another thing, but you could say it. Bringing up donations for the wildfires. Completely warranted. They made like $7 million, which is like insane. Obviously needed, and, you know, very happy about that. If it wasn't so devastating, I just really don't like whenever they have like ads every like second. But I wasn't upset, obviously, because it was really devastating.
What I thought Maddie was going to bring up was how every single time somebody presented an award, they said voted on by the 13,000 members of the Recording Academy. I was like, no. Why did you have to make that so abundantly clear? Like, we heard you the first 18 times you freaking said it.
Yes, I caught up on it the second time
it was said.
Because
the
first time it was by, who said it first? Was it Miley Cyrus that did the first one?
I think so. I think it was.
She said it, and I thought, okay, maybe this is just like the beginning, you know, like, because it was a little strange. They didn't say it last year. And then all of a sudden, every single presenter had to say that. Like, they had to say that.
Because when Diana Ross was doing it, Diana Ross was having a really hard time with her speech and stuff because she's old and stuff.
She was like,
and she was like,
13,000.
and then laughed.
Yeah, she laughed about it.
She was like, I don't want to say this.
No, yeah. There was a lot of repetition this time around, that's for sure. Let's see, who else? Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars won
Best Pop Duo instead of Gracie Abrams and Taylor Swift.
I wanted either Gracie Abrams and Taylor Swift, Us, or I really wanted Guess.
I would have been happy if Guess won. I would have been happy if Guess won, but I really wanted Us to win. Us is just,
I think
it's my favorite song right now.
I'm pretty sure whenever we did our previous
we got that one right too.
We got it right.
Yeah, we said that we thought that one was gonna that one was gonna win.
And
Best Pop Duo / Group Performance.
Oh my god,
That's a crazy lineup, first of all.
I love Us and I love Guess. This one's gonna stress me out.
My prediction is, honestly, unfortunately, Die With a Smile. That one is pretty popular.
How does that one go?
It's the last time, if the world was end. My number one hope is Us by Taylor Swift and Gracie Abrams.
I love that song.
Ask her how much of a chokehold that freaking song has on me.
Love it.
That song has such a chokehold on me. I literally bought the Gracie Abrams shirt because it said, "Do you miss us?" on the back of it.
Yeah, it is such a good song.
It's gonna win.
And granted, that song is pretty good. I just, I want my people to win. Not to say that I don't like them. Like, I listen to Lady Gaga. I listen to Bruno Mars occasionally whenever I'm in the mood for them, but that's like very rarely. That's like whenever I have TV playing on in the living room with my parents.
I like Lady Gaga, and Bruno Mars, like, I listen to their own separate stuff. I just am really not that big of a fan of this song. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if TikTok just kind of ruined it for me or, like, what it was, but I just don't really like it. I think they're both very talented people, and I think that maybe I would have liked the song if it came out 5 years ago, but I just don't think I like it now.
I thought it was pretty good. And also, speaking of Lady Gaga, her outfits, they were just strange. Nothing really to say different about her. Like, they were just a little strange, but they weren't bad necessarily. Some of her outfits have been, like, creepy or traumatizing looking. These ones were more, like, on her subtle side. During one of the ads, she released one of her new songs, music video. That's what we watched.
Oh, that's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of liked the song. It was catchy.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Something, something, something. It was kind of creepy.
Abracadabra.
So that was it. At first we were very confused, like, what are we watching? And then it was like a whole music video, but apparently it's for one of her newer songs, and also apparently she's releasing another album that they did say on there. She's just like spewing them out because she just recently had Harley Quinn. Mm-hmm. Didn't seem to do very well, but at all. Like, those are on clearance at Target at the moment.
I liked that she kind of dedicated her award to trans people and was like, trans people, I see you. You're not invisible. We love you. Like, and we're here for you. And you have all the support. Like, basically, no matter what anyone says, like, you're here and we value you. So I thought that was sweet.
Yeah, I mean, she said it a little bit more simple than that. Just kind of like, trans people, you are loved. And, like, we care for you. It was like a 5-word sentence. Short and sweet. Nothing too crazy. Charlie XCX. She performed right towards the end. Her performance was quite lively, quite fun. She had a mix-up of a lot of songs. Guess was in there. However, Billie Eilish was not a part of the performance, which was really sad.
She only performed 2 songs.
She did?
She performed Von Dutch and Guess. That was it.
Really?
I think so. Unless all her songs sound the same.
I thought there was 3. Because, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just don't know the names of the songs, besides Guess. She played 2 or 3 of her songs in, like, a mashup. Lots of underwear was being... Oh, my God.
That's I let it slide the last time you did it because you said it again when you were talking about Lainey Wilson.
I don't know what's wrong with me. A mashup.
Let's hold space for Maddie's brain. I'm holding space for it because apparently there's a space in here.
Anyway, Charlie XCX's, her outfits. Red carpet outfit looked like a feather duster. I like the color of it, but it was just really froofy. It wasn't the worst thing ever. Like, I didn't think it was ugly. I don't think feather dusters are ugly. I just think it was really froofy. Her outfit that she wore while she was like sitting down, I didn't see a whole lot of that outfit. There's a couple photos of her with like Sabrina Carpenter and like Taylor Swift or whoever, or Billie Eilish, whoever she was with. Hot. I love all black outfits that have like lace and like lines and stuff. It kind of gave like Billie Eilish's black Met Gala look. Loved that look. I absolutely
didn't like her 3 blind mice ass look.
No, I did not. Billie Eilish, she's honestly, most of her outfits are always like a miss for me. I get that she doesn't dress feminine. She only dresses feminine whenever she goes to the Met Gala, which is interesting. She wears like ball gowns and skin tight, beautiful dresses, but every other day of the year she wears what she wears. It's fine, but however, her red carpet outfit was a little boy meets 3 blind mice
meets Amish.
Yeah, it was a weird hat. Her hair was in like a bun. She also chopped like her hair in these like weird layers. So she looked like she had a bob for half the time. And when she was just kind of like chilling, it was like this yellow t-shirt with pearl necklace, baggy shorts. That was more her normal style, more her vibe. Billie Eilish was, in my opinion, the most snubbed this year. She did not win any awards for Hit Me Hard and Soft. Nothing for Birds of a Feather. Kendrick Lamar ended up winning both Record of the Year and Song of the Year. So, predictions first for Record of the Year.
Maybe the Beatles. Maybe Beyonce. And maybe, unfortunately, Fortnite.
Yeah, since this isn't like album of the year or like song of the or whatever it is, it's record of the year, I feel like it'll go to probably the Beatles or Beyonce. I feel like like the people like Charlie XCX, Billie Eilish, Chaperone, just aren't at that level. I feel like they are, but they're not. I think they're going to get other awards, just not this one specifically. I would prefer it to be Billie Eilish.
I also would prefer it to be Billie Eilish. I really liked Birds of a Feather, and I think that that's a good one. I would also not mind Good Luck Babe or Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. I did really like that song, and I do think that it really had a chokehold on people in 2024.
Which Heaven did think that, what is it? They're
not like us.
They're not something like us. Not like
us.
Is it they're not like us?
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Yeah.
I did think that was gonna win either song or record of the year. I did not. It never occurred to me that it would win both because I'm not sure that I've ever experienced the Grammys in my recollection where someone has won both. Because, like, last year, Miley won Record of the Year and Billie won Song of the Year. And I think it's disingenuous to not give Birds of a Feather Song of the Year. It was the most streamed song of the year on Spotify.
But apparently, to combat that, Not Like Us was the most streamed on Apple Music. So I don't really know how they gauge that. I don't know. I guess it just kind of goes towards, like, a certain demographic. Because the only time that I listened to that song was when I was at my cousin's house. Cannon played that song on repeat. It definitely was that song. I was like, literally kill me now.
Spotify has more users than Apple Music. So I feel Spotify represents a higher proportion of the population. So given that information, Birds of a Feather seems to fit more of a demographic.
I think that the song is fun. It's not my favorite type of music.
I feel like it's disingenuous for Birds of a Feather to have not gotten record or song of the year. It had such a cultural impact. It was the most streamed song on Spotify of the year. Multiple of Billie Eilish's songs were trending on TikTok, but that one was trending on TikTok the longest. And I feel like if you went up to my mom, let's say, someone my mom's age, and would be like, do you know Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish? She said yes. If I said, do you know Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar? There's a higher chance of her saying no.
I was completely fine with the Record of the Year going to him, but as soon as it hit Song of the Year, I literally mouthed like Billy. Like I was prepared to be like Billy while they were presenting it, and then she was like, "Oh, Kendrick Lamar."
I think she thought that it was going to be Billie Eilish too.
Oh, girl. I was so upset about that one. Like, because I really thought that Billy was going to win that one.
I think it's so crazy that Hit Me Hard and Soft won nothing. Like, multiple of the songs off that album were trending on TikTok for majority of the year. The album came out in May, and I'm still hearing trends of it. Like, even before, like, it was about the Grammys, like, I was seeing trends of it. Like, you know, people doing Wildflower and people doing Birds of a Feather, people doing The Greatest, the L'amour de la vie. Like, there's so many songs on there that were trending and popular and well loved. I just don't understand how it didn't win anything.
Yeah, it was just strange. And then we got to Album of the Year, which, surprise, surprise, Beyonce won. And Billie Eilish was literally crying. Like, she was literally.
I truly think that Billie thought she was going to win. Like, I really thought that she was like, that's why she wasn't really that upset when she lost the other ones, because she really thought that she had Album of the Year in the bag. Everybody thought that she, Taylor Swift, or Beyonce had it in the bag. But more people were leaning towards Hit Me Hard and Soft towards the end of it because she hadn't won anything else. They were like, well, maybe since they all didn't vote her for that, like they voted her for Album of the Year. I just think it's like so crazy that multiple of the albums that were nominated streamed higher than Cowboy Carter did. The Secret of Us by Gracie Abrams streamed higher than Cowboy Carter. Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande, which also was not nominated, streamed higher than Cowboy Carter.
It just doesn't really add up. Part of the issue is that her husband last year was complaining about the fact that she hadn't won Album of the Year. So everyone now thinks that the Grammys just like protecting their own butt with this threat, low-key a threat, and gave her Album of the Year even though statistically it was not. So it puts like a taint over it, you know?
I saw this TikTok that described it really well. It was like the parents who donate a lot of money to the school, their kid being benched all the time. Like they're like, I'm gonna stop donating all this money to the school if you don't stop benching my kid. I want my kid to play. Like it's kind of giving that. And a lot of people were saying that like they think that Billie, because after every single award, every time she lost, they panned to Billie. Immediately they went to Billie and then they went to Taylor Swift. So it kind of seemed like they were trying to fish for their reactions to see if like they picked up on that it was rigged. This was genuinely the most disappointing Grammys I've ever experienced. Because like so many well-deserving artists lost this year. Like Chapel won, but she didn't win Song of the Year, which, if you guys remember, that was one of the things that I predicted. I'm pretty sure I predicted Not Like Us or Good Luck Babe. I predicted Good Luck Babe to win. Good Luck Babe was multiple magazines' Song of the Year, like #1 Song of the Year. Rolling Stone said that was the best song that came of 2024. Billboard, I think, said that was the best song that came of 2024 too. So, like, I feel like in Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess was the album this year for me. So I was really disappointed to see that Cowboy Carter won over that. I think that I could have justified Hit Me Hard and Soft winning over that. I could have justified Tortured Poets Department winning over that. Even I could have swung Brat. I really can't swing Cowboy Carter over that. It just tells me that that award doesn't mean what it used to mean. I feel like the people who have won it before, like they had really, for the most part, there were some times where it was like, that's weird. Why did you win that? Like, but most of the time, like, they genuinely had, like, really good albums. Harry Styles, really good album. Midnight's was a really good album. And now they're letting Hot Wet Farts on a vinyl win.
Another issue with Cowboy Carter is that, like you mentioned earlier today, 2 of the songs aren't even hers. They are remastered versions of other people's songs. Jolene, and what was the other one?
I believe it was Blackbird.
Blackbird. Yeah, so it's like, okay, originality. I will say I did like Texas Hold'em.
But she didn't write it.
But apparently she doesn't write her songs, which is like,
she has like 30 different writing credits on there.
Is she like she's a really good singer. I can understand and liking her voice, but whenever it comes, and I know you might say otherwise, whenever it comes to like the whole process of making music, I personally think that Billie Eilish is top chart as of right now because of how she develops her music, how she sings her music, the whole thing where she like sees colors when she sings and she makes the music. Like, her music's so original because of the way that she creates it.
She has, if you don't know, she has synesthesia. And one of the things that she does is she'll take like the way that a pair of pants feels, and to her that creates a sound in her brain. And so then she makes the sound on her computer or her piano or whatever. And there are only 2 writers and producers on most of Billie Eilish's songs, and it's her and her brother.
Which is really impressive, especially since she started from such a young age. She's only 23. I'm about to be 22. Like, she is young, and she's extremely successful, and she puts a lot of work and a lot of effort in not only her music, the way that she performs, but also her music videos. Everything she does.
She produced the Bad Guy music video on fucking iMovie. She recorded it on her phone and produced it on iMovie by herself. She did all of it by herself.
She's very original, and she takes things into her own hands, and she accepts the help from other people, and especially she collaborates with her brother. Her brother is also a very talented artist. I love Phineas a lot, and I just think that they're really well deserving. Not to say that the other artists, like, Taylor Swift writes all of her music. Chappell Roan writes her music. She's not original in that aspect necessarily, but whenever I hear about the detail that goes into Billie Eilish's work, it's like, it's an awe. And then you hear about people like Beyonce, and it's not just her, but we're talking about her right now, so, who don't write their own music, but still get all the fame and the praise. It's just a little bit more like, she's a good singer.
I think that she is a good singer. But she genuinely, in my opinion, has not released a good album since 2008. The last time she released an actual enjoyable album, Obama was in his first administration. And I could totally understand swinging like that Lemonade should have won album of the year just because of the cultural impact it had. But Adele's album was better.
That album was so good.
Adele's album was better. But, it's crazy to me that, nobody talked about Cowboy Carter. Nobody.
The only person that I know that talked about Cowboy Carter was my little sister. That was pretty much it.
Nobody.
Also, she only talked about Cowboy Carter because her boyfriend's name is Carter. So, had to put that in there.
The streets were crickets over Cowboy Carter. Crickets. The streets were not crickets for Tortured Poets Department. The streets were not crickets for Hit Me Hard and Soft. The streets were not crickets for The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. The streets were not crickets for Brat. The streets were not even crickets for Eternal Sunshine. And that wasn't even freaking nominated. How was Cowboy Carter nominated over Eternal Sunshine when We Can't Be Friends? I don't personally like that song that much, but We Can't Be Friends was literally a cultural phenomenon. And I really liked the music video too. I thought that was going to win Best Music Video if Fortnite didn't. And Kendrick Lamar won it.
Yeah, I think another issue with Beyonce, there's all the drama kind of surrounding situations that we're not going to talk about on here necessarily. But my personal experience with Beyonce, I've never been interested in her necessarily. She's more on the, what's it called? Is it R&B? She's more on the R&B route, which isn't necessarily stuff that I listen to me personally, not to say that it's not good. But I've always been, especially whenever I was younger, I was like, why do people like her so much? I liked all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. And if you said Beyonce, that's what I would think of. Now, I'm older, I know more. But that's how my relationship with Beyonce started. Now, I think also probably another reason why it feels so disconnected this time around with her accepting the award in comparison to the artists like Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, Chappell Roan, whoever, Charli XCX, is because she keeps to herself. She's not very socially out there. She stays in her little cave does not sound like the right word. She stays in her little bubble. She's like Glinda. She stays in her little bubble away from everyone else until she releases something, and then she performs it, and then she disappears again, if you see what I'm saying. But whenever you think of like Taylor Swift, she's at a football game. You think of Chapel Roan. Oh, she said something controversial. You think of Sabrina Carpenter. Oh, she just came out with a new coffee with Duncan. Charlie XCX, she's gonna be in a new movie. You know, they're more. She is.
What movie?
I don't know. She's just gonna be in a movie. A witch. She looks like a witch. So.
Okay, period.
Yeah. I found that out like yesterday. So they're just more intertwined with
culture.
With the realm of music. Social media, especially our age group, just feels more connected with the other artists that you see more of, because it feels like you build a relationship with them. Beyonce, I feel like, are more for millennials. I think of like Beyonce, and I think of Britney Spears. Britney Spears is gone. You know, she's not gone, but she's like in her own world.
Not in the limelight as much.
And that's kind of how I see Beyonce. So, although Beyonce keeps on coming out with stuff, at least recently, with Renaissance and Cowboy Carter, it feels like she's starting to be a little bit more relevant again. But then again, the only times that I really see her be talked about is if it's with an older audience that are young to middle-aged, like millennials. I think that's probably also part of the issue. Because she's on the older side, but she's not ancient. She just kind of feels like, you had your time to shine. Let
the new pop girls
other people do it too. Especially ones that work really hard to create their own music and don't just have it handed to them.
I also want to go kind of off of something you said, but not really. Another thing that makes it so hard for me with like her winning these awards is she's such a sore loser. Like if she doesn't win this award that she's nominated for, she gets mad. She has her husband go throw a temper tantrum at the Grammys last year. She complains. She plays the victim. I'm the most awarded Grammy artist in freaking history. But I'm still going to throw a fit because I haven't won this one category before. But Taylor Swift, she doesn't win the category. And you know what she says? I need to make a better album. This album wasn't relatable enough. I need to make an album that, fits what people are expecting of me more. I need to, do better. Billie Eilish, I need to get back up. I need to do better. I need to make a different album. Like, most people don't blame other people for their losses. They blame themselves. They take accountability for the fact that they lost, and that next time they'll do it better, where Beyonce just has never done that, I feel like. Or, like, she has other people, humiliate people over it. Like, you can't, like, I know she let Taylor have her moment at the VMAs in 2009, but you can't tell me that she wasn't pissed that she lost, because there's no way that she wasn't pissed that she lost, and she said something about being pissed, and then Kanye got up there and said something. Kanye is a psycho. I will say that.
He is a psycho.
But
did you see the whole following
Taylor
and only
the
Taylor?
The only person he follows is freaking Taylor.
That's like harassment.
Yeah. He's been harassing her for 15 years.
Like, what is his problem, honestly?
He literally has a music video where he made a revenge porno of a wax. Like, he literally is sleeping with a wax figure of Taylor Swift and said, and the lyrics of the song are, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. You know why I made that bitch famous.
That came out a while ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
But he still talks about Taylor Swift in his songs.
Yeah, no.
He literally just, in his song Carnival, he just brought up Taylor Swift. And in another one of his songs, he brought up Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
The crazy thing to me with this most recent thing that happened with him only following Taylor Swift on Instagram is that he posted about it on his Instagram, flaunting that he's only following Instagram. He's only following Taylor Swift. It feels scary. It feels icky. Like
it feels like a threat.
It does feel like a threat. Like, if I was Taylor Swift, I would be concerned. Restraining order. Like, You could not be. Maybe she does have a restraining order, and that's why he couldn't be in the room.
No, he wasn't invited.
That might be why.
Why
what
he
I'm
wasn't
saying.
invited?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't nominated for anything, and nobody really likes him. He's a very problematic person, so I'm not surprised that he wasn't invited. But it's really
that might
funny.
be one of the reasons.
It's really funny that he got removed because
his wife.
Where were your clothes?
Literally naked. She was literally naked. I saw the video saying, "Who thinks that his wife's gonna get arrested tonight?" Public nudity. Seriously. Like, you cannot call that cheesecloth on your body.
And then she kept trying to, like, pull it down over her butt to hide her butt. Girl, it's clear.
We can see her ass.
It looks like a cheese wrapper.
Yes. Yeah,
I saw this TikTok that was like, I want to be the same level of Delulu as Kanye West's wife trying to pull down that dress. Like it wasn't see-through.
The freaking crazy, bro. But okay, back to the Beyonce thing. I don't necessarily like to consider her a villain. I don't think that everything she does, just like how I think, like with most celebrities, not everything that they do comes from them necessarily. It comes from their team. It comes from whatever. With Beyonce, it's probably her and her husband. Whatever. But
don't get me started on her husband. Her husband's a horrible person.
Yeah.
Even the bare minimum, the bare minimum of what he did, he cheated on you, girl. He cheated on you. A man that looks like foot fungus
cheat on Beyonce?
Cheated on you. He looks like foot fungus and he fucking cheated on you.
He really does.
It's like what Billie Eilish said.
He looks like fungus from Barbie. I gotta show you a photo.
You give an ugly man a chance and he thinks he rules the world.
The character's name is literally Fungus. Just add some hair on there.
Beyonce's husband core.
Imagine
sleeping next to this every night.
Because she does. They probably have their own rooms.
Yeah, he probably sleeps with other women in his other room.
That's what I'm saying. They probably have other rooms. Like their own separate rooms. Like his hair's going to poke her eye out. I'm sorry. I hate his hair.
Also,
it's so thick.
Speaking of hair.
And they stick out in like spikes.
Speaking of hair, that made me think of The Weeknd. The Weeknd was the surprise performance.
Yeah.
I was not very thrilled. Like, that was not as good of a surprise as I thought it was going to be.
Well, I mean,
I know a lot of people like him though, so
yeah, he's kind of like meh to me. The whole vibe of it was just kind of strange. Like because he was there because it was kind of like we made amends with The Weeknd. We had all this beef with him, or he had beef with us, and we're trying to do better. And thankfully, he's here today because we're making amends. Whatever. He was like literally hiding himself the entire time.
He literally had a hood.
Did you actually make amends with this man, or did you just pay him a lot of money to be there? That's what it gave to me, because he was up on the top of this like pyramid thing, Illuminati. Pyramid thing the entire time
with his hood up, with these creepy
glasses on,
with these creepy ass people dressed in like red morph suits, giving like freaking Lady Gaga performance, going like this.
And then the announcer host, I think it was the host dude came up and was talking about it. I was like, wow, yeah, this is amazing. And he literally just went like, and then walked away. Didn't say anything. He never said anything to the audience. He just was like, and turned around and walked. He just left.
It just felt to me like the entire Grammys this year was meant to make amends with the people that they've wronged, which Beyonce was wronged because she's never gotten Album of the Year, and her husband threw a fit about it last year, so they didn't want to deal with the repercussions of that. So they were making amends by voting that way. I wouldn't be surprised if when the Academy got into the room, they were like, hey, so for Album of the Year, we have to vote for Cowboy Carter because we need to make amends to Beyonce because we've wronged her for so many years.
Well, also, there's, the thing that we talked about with the 13,000 people that did the thing. Mm-hmm. Didn't they say only 3,000 of them were women? Only 3,000 of 13 were women. No wonder Kendrick Lamar and Beyonce won as many times as they did, because
girls would have not voted that way.
No.
Unless they were told to vote that way. I'm sure all 3,000 of those women voted for Sabrina Carpenter, for Chappell Roan, for Taylor Swift, for Billie Eilish.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people love Beyonce. A lot of people do. However, looking at the statistics, if you actually think who is most deserving for this specific album, not for their whole career, not for their entire life as being a famous person, for this specific album, which is what we are talking about, is the most deserving this year. Go based off of that, not the fact that Beyonce is a musical god and everyone has to worship her type vibe. That's just what she gives off. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but that's just what she gives off, you know? You don't want to piss her off. You say thank you, you know? Unfortunately, that's just what she emulates. But also, like, the whole making amends thing, as we were talking about. 13,000 people and only 3,000 were women? How is that making it better? They were so proud of that. Like, oh yeah, because that was part of like what the Weeknd said or something like that. Like, there's not enough diversity or something within the group of the people that are actually making the decisions. Men. Yeah. Well, now only 3,000 women are a part of it. Like, that's so impressive. Oh my god.
Not even half.
Not even half of that.
It's literally a quarter of the people.
Like, what the heck? It's so strange. So strange. Like, that in and of itself, I feel like they should have left that part out. That only 3,000 of them were
yeah,
girls.
They should have been like...
We have 13,000 people, just in general, doing it. Okay. So, yeah, around half probably are going to be girls, and, you know, a good portion of them are of this ethnic group, and this of this, whatever. Like, we can make an educated guess. It's not that way. Promise you it's not that way. I'm sure the majority of them are also millennial.
Old as shit.
Old as shit.
They're probably all fucking boomers. They're not even millennials. They're boomers.
Millennials and boomers.
They're dying. You can't tell me that it wasn't a room full of boomers when that one lady, who I don't even know her name, who was a week away from dying, won over All Too Well 10-minute version. Are you serious right now? Millennials and younger, obsessed, gagged by All Too Well 10-minute version. That winning over As It Was, because As It Was and All Too Well 10-minute version were up at the same time. You can't tell me by any means that song ever compared in terms of streaming, popularity, like actually being good.
All that to say, it was interesting. I feel like, you know, obviously we're fans of Taylor Swift. We didn't really talk about Taylor Swift that much in this time around. I liked her album. However, I do not think it deserved to really win. I think maybe one thing, but not really. Like, I'm not that upset that she didn't really win anything. The reason why I'm upset is because I thought she was going to announce something. And I love a good announcement. However, I wasn't that upset about it, and she didn't seem that upset about it either. I'm sure because she's like, I have plenty of other things in my freaking pocket. Like, this one quote-unquote loss doesn't really impact me, which, honestly, I'm sure she's like, yeah, take it. Honestly, someone else take it. I have other things.
Pissed off that
towards the end, yeah.
She was a little pissed off about Album of the Year, I think. But I don't think she was pissed off for herself. I think she was pissed off for the younger girls.
Yeah, I think so. That's like the biggest thing for me with Beyonce. I think the album, I don't think it deserved it necessarily, but it's the whole aspect of you have had your moment.
You've
had years.
You have been in the spotlight since the 90s. Like, let it go. We're tired of you.
Let these 20 to 30-year-old women, like, have their moments to shine, because no one's going to be like Beyonce. Besides Taylor Swift. No one's going to be like Beyonce.
It's arguably better than Beyonce, but...
Yeah, they're like on, like, similar levels, you know, of, like, whatever. Very influential people, very famous people for similar reasons. But people like Chappell Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie XCX, I see them doing music for a long time. Billie Eilish is just going to be freaking, I hope, musical forever. But people like Sabrina Carpenter and them, I feel like they only have a certain amount of time, if you're getting the same vibe. Yeah, but it's like Katy Perry, you know, like they have like their moments.
Like the Katy Perry of us now. Like,
yeah.
Because like Katy Perry, she had her moment where she was really good.
Really popular.
And now she's just like fizzled out. Like she still even makes music, but it's not really that great. It's not, she tries to go back to that like pop, like stuff that she had before.
Her prime.
And it's just not working for her.
Yeah.
Not to say that she's not talented, because I think that she is. I just don't think that what she's trying to go for is working for her necessarily anymore.
Yeah, she had her moment. We all still love and listen to her music, her old music.
Teenage Dream hates to see my ass coming.
And even some of her, like, newer music, I'm forgetting what, like, Daisy or something like that. Like, her little, like, Flower Power album before this one.
I don't know if I heard anything off of that one.
It's whenever she was pregnant with one of her kids.
She has more than one kid.
I thought she had two. She might just have one. She probably just has one, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I liked some of the music that she had then, but all I say, she had her moment, and Sabrina is giving the same. Sabrina and Chapel are giving that vibe. They're gonna have music for years, but this is their moment.
This will be their prime.
So give them what they deserve.
In retrospect, this will probably be their prime, and them not winning awards. It's the same thing that happened to Katy Perry. When Katy Perry was in her prime, she didn't win the awards that she deserved to win at the time. Like, Teenage Dream not winning any Grammys is crazy to me. Katy Perry has never won a Grammy. Ariana Grande has never won a Grammy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She's been in the Grammys, like, she's been doing it. Thank You Next was a really good album. Sweetener was a really good album, and they didn't win any Grammys. Charli XCX, with Brat alone, has more Grammys than Ariana Grande does her entire career. And it's partially because she has beef with the Grammys, sure, but I think it's also partially because they keep giving the type of awards that Ariana is, like, targeted to win to people like Beyonce and people like this year she was nominated against Sabrina Carpenter, and Sabrina Carpenter ended up beating her out. Like, they always are going to give it to someone else, like, instead of Ariana Grande.
Yeah, it kind of feels like, to me, a little bit, like, at least with the Ariana Grande situation, they put her in there for the views, for the clicks, for her fans.
That's what Eminem has been saying. Eminem will literally never go to the Grammys again because they kept nominating him for stuff and then giving it to other people that nobody's ever heard of.
And they're still doing it.
They did it to him this year.
Yeah.
They literally did it to him this year. He lost Album of the Year, or a Best Rap Album, which I like Doechie's stuff, so I'm not upset.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet he's pissed.
Oh, I forgot about her.
Doechie slayed.
Yeah, Doechie slayed. She slayed real hard.
But, like, I'm sure he's pissed. He literally, in his songs all the time, he's talking about how he hates the Grammys.
But that's definitely what it gives off. Like, oh yeah, Ariana Grande is nominated for this, so come and watch. Come and put your time and energy and money towards this. But actually, she's not going to win anything. We're going to give it to people that have already won a shit ton of other stuff. And, like, you could argue that that would be the same for, like, Taylor Swift. She has won a lot of things. But, like, people like Ariana Grande, it feels like a little, like,
I can understand why Ariana Grande fans don't like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I can understand that. From, like, an empathetic perspective, I like Ariana Grande for the most part, or at least not as much anymore. She started to creep me out a little bit now that she, like, especially starting her Wicked stuff. But
yeah, I respect her, but she is she is my Joey King. I just don't like her for some reason, but I do respect her as a person, and I respect her ability and her talent. But that's pretty much as far as it goes for me.
Yeah, and I just, like, I can understand why someone who loves Ariana Grande and has been, like, a diehard Arianator from the beginning, like, I can see why they would be upset that Taylor Swift is repeatedly winning all this stuff, because Ariana gets nominated. I don't know, I can't remember the last time she went to the Grammys, but sometimes she goes, like, and she goes all the way out there and then doesn't win. Like, I can understand why that's upsetting.
Yeah, like, although they're famous people, like, they're still spending their own money, not only to get there, to be there. I'm sure it costs tickets of some sort to even go in. But you also have to spend all that money on, like, the outfits, especially if multiple outfit changes, practice if you're a performer. Like, that type of stuff is expensive.
You also have to spend money, like, you spend money when you make the album too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that just isn't taken into consideration as much, so I can understand why Ariana fans specifically feel that way, or, like, other fans of other artists feel that way, and I kind of feel that way as a Billie Eilish fan. Like, I love Billie, and Billie sweeped in 2019, but she hasn't really done that many for awards since. Like, she gets, like, one every time, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And this time she got none. crazy
pisses
to
me off so bad.
It pisses me off so bad, and they're giving awards to people like Beyonce, who didn't even write her album. She didn't even write it, and she took other people's songs. Like, it would be fine if it was one song. There was one song. I have to do this one song because it's a country song, and it's because it's a staple for country music. But it wasn't just one. And the other songs aren't really that good. 16 Carriages.
Woo!
16 Carriages is annoying.
I don't know how that song goes.
16 carriages.
Okay.
I'll show it to you
I think
after.
I might know what you're talking about.
I'll show it to you after, but
Mhm.
because I'm sure she can sing her own song better than me.
Sure.
Not by much, but I'm sure she can do it.
No, she is she is good at singing.
She's good
And
at
she's
singing, but
also
she can't make a
beautiful.
song that sounds good.
Yeah, she's also beautiful, and she creates beautiful children.
Oh my gosh, her daughter.
Her daughter is
so
so
pretty.
I still am baffled that she's only 13. Right? I thought she was 16. You cannot look at that girl and tell me that she does not look like she is.
I remember we
She's
had this
well into her
conversation
teen
about
years.
it because you were like, how old is she? And I was like, I don't know, like
And
12.
then you looked it up.
I was like, I don't know, like 12. And you were like, no, she's not. She's like 16. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure she's like 12. And you were like, no. And you were like arguing with me. And then I was right.
She did.
I think she's 13.
No, like, I mean, yes, she is, but like, holy crap. Crazy, her genes.
She's 13.
She's 13.
She just turned 13
So
in January.
in January.
She was 12. She was 12 when we talked about this last time. She just turned 13 in January. She was good in Mufasa, Blue Ivy.
She was good in Mufasa. She also performed with her mom at one of the football games. There was a football game, the first like Netflix live stream football game. Over the break, I watched it with my family. Beyonce performed, and Blue Ivy was there. She's a really talented dancer.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She performs on her mom's things, which a 13-year-old doing that is crazy. It's giving Maddie Ziegler. Yeah, she's a slay. She's gonna be a talent. She's gonna give like Lily Rose Depp, but better. More. No offense, Lily Rose Depp. Pretty.
Don't get me started on that movie.
We don't need to talk about it. So we've been talking about this for a long.
That's my Lily Rose Depp and Nosferatu impression.
We've been talking about this for a long time.
And
We've
we
been
have to
talking about
read.
this for days. And guess what? We have to read again. We talked about this last time. We got to read again. We're going to be reading this entire semester, so I'm sure every single time we talk, we're going to be talking about reading. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for listening to us ramble, because we just needed to get this out to the world. I know that a large handful of people feel this way, except for Renee Rapp.
My Shayla.
So I think that at the end of the day, all these artists are, and I know we talked about Kendrick, what's his name? Kendrick Lamar. I think that he's deserving. I just wish that Billie Eilish won this Song of the Year, but he seemed very humble, seems like a good guy. So,
And he's friends with Taylor Swift, so.
Mhm. So we talked a little bit negatively about that, but there's nothing, we don't feel any negative ways about him specifically. So I just want to put that out there. No hate really towards anyone except for
The Grammys.
the Grammys,
The Scammys,
for the Academy,
as everybody's been
and
saying for years.
Beyonce's husband. So
Fuck Jay-Z.
yeah.
And if I die, you know who did it.
Thank you guys so much for watching or listening.
Wait, I just saw a Twitter post that's really relevant to what we were talking about with Beyonce. Recent Grammys Album of the Year award winners and the amount of songwriters they've had. Cowboy Carter, 72. Midnight's, 5. Harry's House, 5. When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? 2.
Which was definitely Billie Eilish and
And
Phineas. That is insane. Because that album is so freaking good.
And I bet for Midnight's, it was Taylor Swift, Jack Antonoff, Aaron Dessner, Lana Del Rey, and maybe it's Dylan O'Brien or Selena Gomez, because they helped with Midnight's.
Mm-hmm. That's a whole village right there. 72 people
To make one album, and it's
Beyonce
mid?
album. Yeah. Wow. That's unfortunate. Okay. If you guys want to be a part of the next episode, you can email me at kindaunamusedpod@yahoo.com or DM me at madrosepie on Instagram. Talk to us about anything. You can ask us for advice, chit-chat with us, give us your phone number if you want us to talk to you. Pulling a Jake Shane.
I would love to do that. I would love if people call
Yeah,
me.
that'd be so fun. Any sort of interaction, we're cool with that. All of our socials will be linked down below if you're interested in following us individually. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Bye.
Not be forever, but if it's forever, it's even better. And I don't know what I'm crying for. I don't think I could love you more. Might not be long, but baby, I'll love you till the daylight.